I need some black joy. The fact that black joy even exists as a concept in the world is miraculous to me. Asians are no good at joy. We are good at working hard and being diligent and doing our best, but not joy. Colonizers, too. Rich lives, no joy. We should never have hooked our stars to theirs. But black people, especially black Americans, are the best at joy. You've turned it into an art form. I know it came from terrible hardship that you've turned into soul and then into joy. And we, Chinese people, we just turn that hardship into more hard work.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Iyano Show. KE, hope you're good, hope you're fine. I just want guys to appreciate you for just tuning in my channel. In case you're new here, just consider subscribing. So, guys, there is a story about black joy. You see that most of the white folks or the white people are irritated, or they are not happy about this black joy. And we see that all the Asians are saying that they only work harder and they don't have much joy, but Africans or black Americans have much joy despite their hardship and whatever they're going through. So they are irritated and triggered by white joy. Some are saying that especially in this black people funerals, where we see that they eat and they have joy, but in white people weddings, and some are saying that when they die, they want a funeral like this of white black people. So guys, white people have now they are irritated so much with this black joy, and here are some of the reaction of these people saying that reacting to the black joy, and being as the reason being they are irritated with this black joy. So in case you're new here to Iyano Show, just don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
I think white people are so triggered by black joy because they have zero control over it. And white people are all about control. And anything they don't get to control and manage and dictate freaks them the hell out.
They don't get to be the leader.
I've come to the conclusion that a lot of white people are irritated by black joy. I was thinking about when Kamala was running for president. Vice President Kamala Harris was running for president, and the Republicans made so much of her laughter. It obviously agitated them so much that she was joyful and would laugh, that it was like they wanted to put out her light. And I've had a few instances that I've mentioned. One just yesterday, again with some black girlfriends at dinner, out enjoying ourselves, laughing, not loud, but joyful, having great conversation. And this woman behind us had such a scowl. She could not enjoy her own meal because she was so fixated on us. And I know that last time I've mentioned stuff like this, white women, would say, or black, people would come in my comments and say, oh, y'all would just be acting inappropriately. That's why they were looking, which we weren't, because of course always the blame has to be on us. And it's not far-fetched to be truthful about your resentment of other people's joy. And because you can't grow unless you're truthful about what you need to work on. I remember being in stores and out and about and seeing white kids running around and acting in a way that, would have gotten me in trouble when I was a child. And I felt resentful because I felt like they had the freedom to do it. And I was so strict with my two young black boys because, I believe there's a pressure in the United States for black people to behave a certain way or we get called out very quickly, particularly black boys. And I always would correct them when we were in public, when they were acting like kids, frankly. I never wanted my kids to be seen as bad. And so I resented the freedom that white kids had to just be wild. I still thought they were kind of bad, but the fact that they had the freedom, I resented that, right? I don't know why white people resent it. And that's something that they need to investigate. But I do believe greatly that a lot of white people are annoyed, agitated, resentful of black joy. So I think that white people should work on that. I'm serious. Work with a therapist, do some personal deep diving and figure out why it agitates you. Is it our freedom? Is it jealousy? What is it? And then, For Black people, my directive would be have more joy. Agitate the fuck out of people. Joy is your right. You deserve it. And what I think is incredible is that we are able to find joy often in spite of. Keep on being happy. Keep on finding moments of joy. Enjoy each other. Smile and laugh. Laugh so much that people have to talk about it, like they did with Vice President Harris.
I need some Black joy. The fact that Black joy even exists as a concept in the world is miraculous to me. Asians are no good at joy. We are good at working hard and being diligent and doing our best, but not joy. Colonizers too. Rich lives, no joy. We should never have hooked our stars to theirs. But Black people, especially Black Americans, are the best at joy. You've turned it into an art form. I know it came from terrible hardship that you've turned into soul and then into joy. And we, Chinese people, we just turn that hardship into more hard work. But I know you can't give it to us. We have to go out and earn it for ourselves just like you did. Joy is a puzzle for every human being, and it's not free. When I ask my Black friends where their joy comes from, they inevitably shake their heads and just repeat, "You can't let them take it away from you." That's what it's not. But what is Black joy? Can you tell me?
Why is it that Black people just existing in a positive, happy, or joyful state bothers y'all so much? If you want to have an event to celebrate the resilience of the white community or the Hispanic community, then go ahead and organize one. Like, do white people and Hispanic people not have their own holiday observances to be worried about? Like, why are you worried about? All we're trying to do is honor the Black folks who have led the charge for Black liberation and to honor the sacrifices made by political prisoners for our freedom. Black August started in 1979 in San Quentin when the Black guerrilla family was looking for a way to honor the sacrifices of George Jackson and Jonathan Jackson, who were key figures in the Black liberation struggle. They decided the best way to honor these people was to engage in political education. It's a month-long opportunity for Black folks to refocus in on the community by doing some self-study, fasting from media that is not about Black people. It's a time for community building, a time for advocacy around the issues that are most impacting the Black community. And I said it before, but above all, making sure that our community is politically educated. If y'all had genuine interest, y'all could literally do exactly the same thing in your own community, but that would require interest in political education. That would require the ability for advocacy, that will require the ability to community build and the ability to acknowledge the contributions your elders have made to liberation. But y'all don't even want to do none of that. You just want to sit on your ass and complain about what Black people are.
Why do white people resent Black excellence? Let's talk about it. Not all white people are racist, obviously, but there is a specific subset for whom Black excellence seems like a personal affront to them, right? It really bothers them when Black people succeed. The 13th Amendment emancipated enslaved Black Americans in 1865, and then the Jim Crow laws kind of wrapped up with the passing of the Civil Rights Act in 1964. So if we do the math, that's about 61 years in which Black Americans were able to strive for success in any sort of meaningful way without the constraints of the law pulling them down. 61 years. If we compare that to white Americans who besieged a land already owned and occupied by indigenous Americans, we'll put that around 1620 when, the Mayflower came here, then that gives them about 425 years to establish success in this country. 425 versus 61. If we compare those two fundamentally very different time spans, how much did white Americans actually do in all of that time? If we were to compare even the poorest and most underprivileged of white America to Black America generally, it is clear that white Americans are born way past the start line, right? By that I mean, by nature of being white in American society, you do benefit from all sorts of privileges. And to be frank, you're not exhausted by the horrible experience of facing racism on a daily basis, right? You do have a ton of privileges. So I imagine existing in this bubble of privilege that you totally deny. The existence of Black people for whom success is like second nature when it comes so easily and so readily, even though you've only had 61 years to achieve it, I imagine that's exhausting and frustrating. I imagine it makes people feel super, super inferior and hurts certain people's tiny, tiny little egos. And what do they blame that deep, deep psychic pain on? Well, of course, DEI and critical race theory and affirmative action. So I guess the question is, what might help those white Americans who just so strongly detest Black excellence? Like, what will help you? And for that, I would suggest like a lot of therapy, like a ton of therapy. And I would also just suggest that we open the schools, right? We teach people history. Yeah, maybe? Okay, bye.
I know I'm white, and I really hope what I'm about to say is not going to get me canceled. Please don't cancel me. But when the time comes that I take my last breath on this earth, and my soul has left my body and gone to a better place, I want a Black funeral. And if you don't know what I mean by I want a Black funeral, then you really are missing out. And I'm going to explain it. First of all, I feel like every white funeral I've gone to has been like the person passes away on Monday and the funeral's on Wednesday. Or, you know, it's some random day in the middle of the week, like immediately following the death. Like, no. I need y'all to give my friends at least 7 to 10 days notice. I need to die on a Monday, and y'all tell them we're going to throw down next Saturday. Be there, be square. Second of all, this right here is the extent of anything I've been given walking into a white funeral. Like, it has a nice Lord's Prayer on one page, and a name, and a birth date, and a death date. Very simple. But like, this is the kind of stuff I need. Like, and this is just the front and the back page. Like, there's always 20 pages in between. Messages from your mama and your grandma and your aunties and like your cousins. Like, everybody sends you messages and it tells your whole life story. I mean, this thing is like a biography. I need all 282 of my selfies that I've taken go for some good and be put on a book. Put me in the clouds, colorize in my favorite colors, whatever you gotta do. But don't give me them little 2 white pages. Give me a book. The next matter of business is the attire, because I'm gonna need y'all to get with whoever is in charge. Make sure you cash app them that money for your shirt, because we're getting shirts printed just like this that has, again, prime utilization of all the selfies that you have that I've made available, that I've left to you. I've got some really great ones, but I need them all put on shirts like this, and I need as many people in attendance as possible to be showing out with these shirts. Now, let's talk about the service, because I need all of the passion brought. I need the crying, I need the wailing, I need you trying to come into the casket to hold me. I need to feel how much you're gonna miss me from my grave. I want it all. I want crying and screaming, panic attacks, just all out. Then, for the service, I need the choir. I need y'all to get some of the best gospel singers. I need you to get me some Mary Mary going, like some encores. I just, the soul of a Black funeral is so, just nothing else touches it. Some flying doves at the graveside service would be a pretty good touch too. Just saying. But the most important part, and this is what all of my family is going to thank you for, I need a repass, because I'm going to be honest. At the white people's funerals, you may come back to the church and have some crackers and cheese and a little fruit punch. But y'all, at a repass, you get Thanksgiving. I need chicken. I need fish. I need spaghetti. I need yams. I need the potatoes. I need a caramel cake. I need a chess pie. It's a feast. And not to mention unks in the back with the liquor. Like, it is the best part. Like, and then it's like a reunion, basically. It's like a family reunion at your funeral. But like I said, I really hope I don't get canceled for this, because at the end of the day, I just think that there's some things that are better than what white people do. And funerals are definitely one, in my opinion. And I just want to go out like they do. Is that wrong?
Y'all, the shift has finally hit the fan. People are waking up and realizing that something is missing, something that is necessary, something that is needed. A little bit of Almond Joy, a little bit of Nougat Crunch, Hershey's Bar, Reese's Cup. They're realizing that they need chocolate. So the ones that have distanced themselves from us, they're waking up and realizing, hold on, that we've always been the magic, the black magic, y'all. What the helly? The veil is really lifting, y'all.
I miss black people. I know that sounds crazy, but I am from Georgia, and I used to go to HBCU, and the majority of my friends were black, and now I live in a small town in California, and I miss black people. There's not very many here, and I hate it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my job, I love my friends here, but I miss black people. Don't come for me. I miss the culture, I miss the vibe, I miss the confidence, the jokes, the food. I miss black people. Something's missing in my life, and I've come to the conclusion that that's what it
I
is.
need some black joy. The fact that black joy even exists as a concept in the world is miraculous to me. Asians are no good at joy. We are good at working hard and being diligent and doing our best, but not joy. Colonizers too. Rich lives, no joy. We should never have hooked our stars to theirs. But black people, especially black Americans, are the best at joy. You've turned it into an art form. I know it came from terrible hardship that you've turned into soul and then into joy. And we, Chinese people, we just turn that hardship into more hard work. But I know you can't give it to us. We have to go out and earn it for ourselves, just like you did.
What do you mean by that?
Where I'm from in Pennsylvania, it's mainly Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and the Spanish community, and bless their souls, are great people. They brought great culture and all that. But they always would mess up my beard. The first thing they would do is they would hack it off. I don't like my beard to be short, and they would always end up making it short on me no matter what I told them. And it would always be a language barrier too. And then because of the way my beard grows, I would try to explain to them that you can't make it even, you have to make it look even because of the way that it grows, and they would never do that. And then today I decided to give another barber a chance. After years, I came to a black-owned barber shop. And I'm just saying, I think I found a barber.
See, this is exactly what we tried to tell y'all for the past 400 years, but nobody didn't want to hear us. You know what I'm saying? What did y'all do? Y'all hid our history, y'all lied to us, y'all manipulated us, did some crazy things to us. For the past 400 years, we tried to tell y'all, we tried to show y'all how to live in harmony with nature, how to live in harmony with us. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to work in order to earn a living in this system. That's not how nature works. But y'all didn't want to listen to us. Then you guys took our spirituality, you turned it to religion, you made it evil so we wouldn't be able to use it and wake up out of this spell that majority of our people are locked in currently. But now the shift has literally hit the fan. Our brothers and our sisters are waking up, and now this is the collapse of this three-dimensional system because we don't want to play this game anymore. This is what actually brings me black joy. So yes, y'all, my brothers and sisters, the shift is here, but I want you to realize everywhere you go, I want you to know that you are someone's almond joy, okay? The shift is here. Everybody's going through it. They see it. They feel it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't.
If the joy of a black person irritates you, no matter where you are, you're racist. If you can't stand to see a black person happy, you're racist. If a black person is minding their business and you try to make it about them being aggressive, violent, or threatening to you, meanwhile, they don't even know you exist, you're racist. Yeah. I just got back in the car from pumping some gas, and my girlfriend said, I love your joy. I love your joy, black woman. And I said, why? Why do you love my joy? And she says, yeah, so since you came out, that white girl in that truck has been visibly irritated and upset that you were happy. And she's been staring at you. And I thought to myself, I said, and then she told me she had the nerve to look scared of laughter. You're scared of laughter? You're racist. Some people are just plain old racist. And they be young. So it's taught, and they grow up seeing this hate, and they grow up hating too. And people think that we're supposed to not be happy because they do everything in their damnedest to see black people not succeed, to make things hard for their lives, to not give them things that they're worth, to pass them over. Yet they still can't understand why we're happy, because we're breathing, we're living, we're here. We get to spend time with our families. Plenty of things to be happy for, besides being worried about a racist. It seems like the racists are more worried about us than we are them. It's crazy.
As white people, is our deepest fear that we are inadequate? Or is our deepest fear that black excellence is powerful beyond measure? It is their light, not their darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who are they to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are they not to be? Look honestly, and you will see how they demonstrate love as a reflection of our unwarranted hate. Our playing God does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about positioning ourselves and controlling the narrative so that black and brown folks feel insecure around us. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of the spirit that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in all of us, no matter what your skin tone is. And as we let our own light shine, by atoning for and repairing the harm of our ways, as we learn to serve and see the true greatness of Aboriginal and Indigenous cultures and human beings around us, we unconsciously give white people around the planet the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. From this point, we can build a new world that is connected to the planet and each other. Together, humanity is achievable.
So I think people are so not used to seeing genuine black joy that they honestly don't know what to do when they see it. When they see the organization, when they see the happiness, when they see the relief, and they don't see us upset, they truly cannot comprehend how beautiful that joy is and how big and powerful it is. So it's natural to try to want to poke holes through it. I just hope that one day they can experience that kind of joy.